There are two sides to the Sea of Cortez. No, literally, there's the Baja Peninsula, and then there's the mainland coast. For most boaters in this part of the world, Baja is the ultimate cruising grounds. It's well protected from the Pacific swell, there are hundreds of islands to explore, and its remote isolation is an off-grid sailor's paradise. But what about the mainland? Many cruisers will leave Baja and cross the sea in order to visit specific destinations like Mazatlan or Banderas Bay, or to haul out for hurricane season in San Carlos. But what about everything in between? Why aren't more sailors adventuring down the spectacular Pacific coastline? Well, two reasons: lack of adequate depth and opportunities to anchor. Sediment from the Sierra Madre Mountains is carried by numerous rivers and emptied into the sea, forming large, shallow deltas along the mainland coast. These deltas extend for miles, meaning a minimum of 10 nautical miles must be kept offshore during passage. You won't be island hopping down this coast. Instead, each passage will be a multi-day event, traversing an average of 100 nautical miles at a time, to drop the hook in bustling ports, vacation destinations, and the occasional fishing town. So why exactly did we decide to venture along this proverbial road less traveled? Well, we'd already seen Baja in its totality. We figured, might as well broaden our horizons. And that brings us to now, to a tale full of daring feats.
That's not the type of YouTube video I want to be today.
Riddles most challenging.
God damn.
And bouts of plague.
Normally I get like a little lightheaded or woozy, but this time I got violently seasick.
This is the story of how we almost ran aground.
That number starts to say 4 feet. Depth is 7. Make sure you got a good grip up there.
We're Will and Em.
Say something cool.
And we're living on the hook in our sailboat, Appa. For nearly a decade, we planned and plotted our escape from the Fire Nation, aka our day jobs, and now we're hightailing it on the high seas aboard our sailing Bison.
Appa got the zoomies.
After a year of isolation in the remote Sea of Cortez, we're venturing south towards a new ocean with new friends, and of course our trusty sidekick, Blue Dog. Subscribe, kick your feet up, and join us on our quest to master the elements and sail everywhere.
It's about 9 o'clock here. Getting the boat ready. We're getting out of here. Hey Lou. We're getting out of here. I'm sure this is confusing to him.
It is just after 9 p.m. and we are getting the boat ready to leave anchor. We have never left an anchorage at night like this before. We've always left either like as the sun was setting or really, really early in the morning just before sunrise. So we've never intentionally left as night was falling like this. So that'll be interesting. We have to make a like 330-ish mile sail from San Carlos to a tiny town called Altata.
Excellent. This goes downstairs. Good boy, Lou.
It's pretty much, it should be a straight shot, but some of the prediction models are showing us going kind of like a big loop out into the middle of the sea to catch better wind. So we'll see what happens there. Generally, it seems like it's going to be a pretty low-key endeavor.
Good, baby. Looking good. Knock on some wood for that one, huh?
Yeah, the beginning is going to be the roughest part, we think, per the models. Will is going to preemptively set up the whisker pole.
We can telescope it out later, and actually no, let's slack the sheet and get it in position. I'll be back in a moment. Alright, there we just extended the whistle pole, telescoping. Got it out. We have a really big head sail, 135. So get that pole out there and I think we're set. I think we can check the engine and get the hell out of here.
Cool.
I'm just making sure that everything in the cabin is set, that all of our cold weather gear is out, because it gets really cold at night here, especially out on the water. So it's pretty calm in the anchorage, but we're kind of expecting some...
Did you get the dog's life jacket too?
Yeah. Kind of expecting some waves out there, so it might be a little weird, but we're getting ready to go. It's very strange. Bye.
Alright, about 10 o'clock here, just getting ready to roll out. Emily's up on the bow, getting the anchor in. Engine's running good. Sails are all set to get deployed. Our alternator is not charging for some reason. So we shut everything down, brought it all back, still not charging. Not sure what's going on there, but everything is functional and we have enough solar to hopefully carry us through. We do have a spare alternator on board, but that would be a pain. We'll have to put a lot of tax on the engine with the windlass here. I wonder if they'll kick the alternator on.
A few moments later.
Look at that. Kick the alternator on. Nice. Haha. Em's gonna be happy. We'll go tell her.
It is 7 a.m. The sun just came up about 30 minutes ago. We are about a third of the way to Altata. Making great time. We've been averaging about 6.5, 7 knots this whole time, which is awesome. It's also really cold, in case you can't tell. We are currently doing 8.5 knots speed of the ground, with a pretty consistent 15 knots of apparent wind coming directly over our starboard stern. Yeah, we're sailing right along. We're on course, making good time. Sea state's pretty crazy. I feel like neither of us got much rest last night. It's weird, like sleeping, you're still correcting from the waves, so my body feels tired. Hopefully the waves die down a bit today. But all in, making a really good time. We have a few recurring mantras, but in this moment, the one that stands out is there are high highs and low lows in this lifestyle. Sometimes these emotional extremes happen simultaneously, creating a confusing emulsion of awe and doubt. In the midst of our discomfort and fatigue, vaguely questioning our personal choices, this is undeniably better and more beautiful than any alternative reality.
Hey, hi, hello. As you can see in the background, the sun is setting as we enter night 2 of our 3-night voyage down to Altata. Got a pretty good run. We're almost on the 24-hour mark to see how far we've gone. We are at 19 hours right now, and we've already done 120 nautical miles. So it should be, and that's as a crow flies, so we probably not want to do that. But it should be a nice high mileage trip for us, nice and fast. The waves are finally dying down. I'm just gonna take over shift here. I think I might sleep some. No fish today. A lot of lost fish. That's all right. Pull that fishing reel in for the night, and yeah, everything's doing all right. Night 2.
day, second full day on the water. We left now 2 nights ago.
Gotta steal the frame from her when she has it on cinematic mode. It's mine.
Very chill morning. There's like no wind, and the waves are just kind of shoving us along. Very chill. Really small waves, probably like, I don't know, 2 feet. But we made up enough ground to kill 3 hours last night, so now all the models think we're arriving at 9 p.m. instead of midnight. We have to make up a few more hours today if we can to arrive before the sun sets. Otherwise, we're gonna try to slow down to get there tomorrow morning. But it's a beautiful morning. Not too cold, although I do have a lot of layers on. So maybe it is too cold, and I just don't know that behind all my layers. But the sun feels good, and we just passed our last like big obstacle. There's an outlying island just outside of Topolobampo.
Oh, look how big it is in the sun.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
And now it's pretty much just like stay away from the barrier islands because they have about 10 miles of shoaling offshore. So we're about 15 miles offshore. We'll stay that way until we get almost to the channel entrance, and then we'll get closer. What are you gonna catch today?
Anything, dude. Literally, I just want it on the boat. Tiny little Mackie. Look how small that fish is.
Yeah. That's a big lure for you, little guy.
Yeah, I know. What were you thinking? You hungry?
Poor guy. Alright, he's getting blood all over the boat.
Got a fish on situation over here. Alright, you got him in. What'd you get?
Bonito. Oh! And I lost him.
And you lost him.
Hey, look at that. I don't have to touch it.
Got another fish on. Does it feel bigger than bonito?
I think it's broke.
You think it broke?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be crazy. Oh yeah, I see just the lure. Must have gotten off. Every single one, huh? Well, turn around and say this sucks.
This sucks. This sucks. Every single solitary fish gone. Not a single one landed. That's what, 6 fish that we caught that we haven't landed?
Yeah, 6 caught and lost. Is it broken? Or did you just spit it out?
Just spat it out. All 3 hooks there.
Boy. Sorry, babe.
clear, Will is trying to explain over the wind noise that we've unfortunately broken our whisker pole. Let me spare you that discomfort and bring in Will of the future to explain.
I do think we had our head sail out a little bit too much.
Oh, we definitely did.
And because of that, we paid the price, and our whisker pole broke.
Yeah, snapped, like bent like an elbow.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah. Luckily, everything was like getting chill at this point, so it wasn't an immediate emergency. But
And it wasn't dangerous to go take it down.
right, exactly. So we took it down pretty quickly, and then we chilled out. We just let the boat keep running, and we thought of a solution.
Yeah, it was nice to be able to problem solve in the moment without it having to be like, go, go, go.
Yeah.
I was only able to do a quick inspection, but I think I found the problem. Some of that later.
And we did get it fixed, and I think it helped a lot.
God damn.
Slide out a little bit, but not a lot of it. Should still be like that much in there. I think that was a good day for it to break, and I think we have a decent solution now to get us all the way down to PV.
Yeah, agreed.
Do you think we're going slow enough?
Do they going slow enough?
Yeah.
Are we still doing 5 knots?
Yeah.
With the wind outlook, yes. It was supposed to die almost entirely around 2 a.m. and the speed to distance ratio put us arriving to the place around like 4 a.m.
Awesome.
So we'll catch that dip at 2 p.m. and hopefully be close enough that if we have to motor when we lose all the wind, it's not like an atrocious distance.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's only like 10 or 15 miles at the max.
Yeah.
It is 9:20 p.m. on the night before we are scheduled to arrive in Altata. And I'm on shift. I'm at the helm. And Will is seasick for like the first time in his life. He's downstairs sleeping. I've never ever seen him get seasick before. I don't know what brought it on or what.
I was on the midnight shift, 9 p.m. to midnight, and about halfway through, I had a migraine, and I waited a little bit too long to take any medicine. By the time I got around to it, Excedrin just wasn't going to cut it anymore, so I had to take one of my prescription pills, and yeah, things took a turn there. Normally I get like a little lightheaded or woozy, and it's fine, you know, just lay down and ride it out. That's what gets rid of the headache. But this time I got violently seasick.
But the waters out here are proving to be a bit tricky. There are definitely some other boats out here with their lights on. Thankfully, none too close by at the moment. It did seem like there was some kind of obstacle or something that we passed with a blinking light on it. I couldn't tell what it was, but it's not on any of our charts. And our depth was going crazy while I was trying to navigate that. And I was jumping from unreadable to deep to like 20 feet really fast. So that was really scary. Glad to be seemingly out of that section, back to unreadable. We're about 27.5 nautical miles north of the bay entrance, the channel entrance. And I've just furled in our head sail entirely because Will isn't feeling well. I didn't feel comfortable doing the mainsail by myself. So I just reeled in head sail entirely to slow us down a bit, and we're going a little over 3 knots. So at this rate, we should get in around 6:30 in the morning, which is right around sunrise. So hopefully that works out nicely, and the wind continues to die so that we go even slower and are guaranteed that sunrise arrival. But yeah, of course, the very last night shift, things get freaking crazy, and
Unfortunately, this was just one of the many tests we'd encounter on this journey. The night passed with no further incidents, the wind letting up enough to allow us that sunrise arrival and give Will some much-needed reprieve, but our greatest challenge still lay before us.
We're almost there. I can't wait to sleep. It's been an absolute bull ride.
So this all here is land, and it's not very dark right now because there is a fog that's laying over the whole coast. So this was part of our plan for slowing down. We don't want to get in too early. We want the sun to be able to burn the fog off so we can actually see our way through the channel and not end up on the beach somewhere. Everything's happening kind of as we thought it would. I don't know, do I have to knock on wood for that? I don't know. We are a couple miles out, close enough to see with the binoculars, and I just looked, and the breaking waves on the northern side of this are massive. I don't know if they would take Appa down, but they would definitely beat him the f*** up.
Standing sentinel at the mouth of the channel are massive breaking waves, only allowing for passage in calm conditions. Even when the sea state is flat, the shoaling along the northern shore causes near constant surf. To the south is a far deeper, far less risky passage, but its location is inaccurately marked on our charts. With modern technology, we're able to compare satellite maps from multiple sources, allowing us to kind of piece together this sea surface topography. Seeing where the surf is most dense gives us an idea of just how far the shoals extend across the bay. Where the surf begins to thin, the water should, in theory, become deeper. With this esoteric knowledge in hand, there was nothing left to do but quest onward.
In the guidebook, they have pictures of the people entering in the middle of the channel and waves breaking on both sides. So this doesn't scare me so much as to turn around or pick a different anchorage. We just have to make sure we nail the entrance.
Do you see this small break right
Yep.
here? Okay.
Exactly what I'm aiming for.
Okay. Get close to these first round of rollers. Maybe 150 yards.
I am pretty nervous.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm just keeping an eye on where the breakers going north are starting. I don't want to get caught up. That's not the type of YouTube video I want to be today. 15 feet. Oh, baby. We did specifically buy a shoal draft boat. I can't get too scared when I see 15 feet. That number starts to say 4 feet.
There are waves breaking just beyond that point, though. So you'll have to turn starboard kind of fast.
Yep, copy that. Depth 14.
Depth 13. Depth 10. 9. 8.
Okay?
Looking good. Depth to 7. Make sure you got a good grip up there. Make sure you got a good grip up there.
It looks pretty calm now. It looks like we made it past the big breakers out there.
Hell yeah, baby!
Still okay on deck?
8 feet.
That's a good sign.
22 feet. Woo-hoo-hoo! 24 feet. I think we made it in.
Yay! Woohoo!
Woohoo!
It's super chill off to your starboard, and you have just a few coming in off your port. Nothing crazy anymore.
We got down to 6 feet at our lowest.
Yeah, shoal draft, baby.
Shoal draft. That's only 2 feet under our keel. Yeah, baby!
That might be one of like the scariest things we've ever done.
Yeah. Now we've got about 2 miles until we hit the actual mouth entrance of the bay. And then it gets real shallow again. We did it!
Woo! Yeah, that was intense. Yeah, after 2.5 days on really uncomfortable seas in relatively strong winds and not getting a lot of sleep and Will being seasick to then having to come in and do that, we definitely need like a 2-day nervous system reset once we get anchored.
Yeah.
This was crazy. This was a crazy trip.
A 2 case of beer reset.
But that was crazy. Good job. Good work back here.
We worked up there.
I know that was very intense.